Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Mental Health with Megan. So, as you can tell by the title of this, today's episode is going to be about bullying and getting bullied. Yay, such a fun topic. I just want to start this off by saying that I have to leave for work in less than an hour, and I do not want to go to work. Slay. Even though I haven't worked in like 5 days. And I had a lot of days off this week. And by a lot, I mean 2. More than I'm used to. So, if you know me from high school or middle school, and if you're watching this right now, there's a good chance that you probably bullied me at one point or another if we went to middle school and high school together, because most of my school bullied me. Yay! Thank you guys for giving me trauma. No, but on a really serious note, because bullying is a very serious thing and a very serious topic and something that hits close to home, like I was severely bullied in middle school and high school, and I want to say that it probably started around like 5th grade or 6th grade, and it was so bad to the point where I would fight with my mom about going to school. I would cry every day before going to school. I would cry on the bus or be having like a panic attack on the bus on the way to school, because I knew that once I got there, I had to deal with hell on earth. So I don't know why people targeted me so much. Once people started bullying me, like once a couple people started saying stuff, it seemed like almost the whole school was saying stuff. The whole school knew who I was. The whole entire high school, for the most part, knew who I was because of my YouTube channel. When I started this YouTube channel, I want to say that I was in like 7th or 8th grade. I think it was probably 8th grade, or maybe right like this summer before 9th grade or something like that. And at first, I kept it quiet from people at school because I knew that if people saw it, they were going to bully me about it, of course, because they were already bullying me. So if I gave them something else to bully me about, I knew that they were going to bully me about my YouTube channel, because only a few people in the whole school had a YouTube channel, and I knew that people were going to bully me for it. I already knew that. So I kept it quiet for as long as I could, but one person found it, and all of a sudden, people were yelling at me in the hallways. Megan Rokes! Like, I have, like, videos of kids, like, screaming Megan Rokes in the hallway, all the time, and by the time I got to, like, the middle end of sophomore year and early junior year, I would just laugh about it, and I would be like, haha, you guys are so funny, like, do you want an autograph? Like, I'm not even joking, people would come up to me and ask me for autographs, and I would be like, what is going on? But I feel like most of the time they were doing it as like a joke, like to bully me, because like, I don't know, they were just pretending I was a celebrity, and they bullied me so bad about it. People would like sit in classrooms and watch my videos and laugh with each other about it, and that made me want to die. I was very depressed when all of this was going on, to begin with, because I had depression and I had a lot of stuff going on at home. And for a kid to have a hard life at home and then go into school where they're supposed to be safe and protected and happy and just learn, and also have a shitty experience at school, is pretty awful. And I really hope that all of the administrators at my school and other schools that ignore bullying, I hope that they are happy with themselves making the choice to just ignore bullying. Because you'll go into a school and you'll see all these posters, no bullying, no tolerance policy for bullying. We would sign papers in our classes like no bullying policies and all this crap. But it meant nothing. It meant nothing, because when it really came down to it, the school did not do anything. Nothing. The school did not care. These kids were relentless, horrible, harsh people to me, and they got away with it. 99% of the time. I actually don't think any of them ever got into any trouble, so they got away with it 100% of the time. And when a kid does something wrong and gets away with it, guess what? They're going to do it again and again and again and again, because there's no adult to put a regimen into place to stop the cycle. So I don't remember like all the details. I honestly feel like I blocked a lot of it out because I was miserable going to school every day. I had really awful social anxiety and really awful depression, and just going to school every day was a struggle. Like, I'd walk through the halls having panic attacks, like, everyone's looking at me, everyone's seen my YouTube channel, everyone knows who I am, and it was just really, really hard. And I got bullied for like a number of different things. Kids picked on me for everything. I was bullied for my weight, I was bullied for having braces, I was bullied about my YouTube channel, I was bullied for the way I dressed. Just anything that they could find to bully you about, they would bully you about. They were relentless. And I feel like, I guess I was an easier target for them because I was scared of them. I wouldn't like stick up for myself. Like, now if somebody like said some of these things to me, I'd probably punch them in the face, or I would, tell them to F off, and like, I'd mean it. But back then, little like middle school and high school Megan, I was scared of them, especially if they were older kids. I was terrified of the older kids. So I wouldn't defend myself. I wouldn't say anything to them. I would just kind of ignore it and walk away and brush it off. But there was a lot of times that I spent crying in my school bathroom, going to the nurse, asking to go home, begging to go home because I didn't feel good. But the reality was just that I was getting bullied so bad I couldn't stand to be there another second. And my mom knew that I was getting bullied, but I don't think she knew the extent of it because I wouldn't tell her the extent of it because I just didn't really know how to talk about it. I remember I would have kids come up to me in the hallway and literally tell me to my face that I should kill myself. And that's so awful, because what if I did, and then, then these kids that were saying this have a body on their hands? If you're telling someone to kill themselves and they kill themselves, that's a big problem for you. And I'm really grateful that I never decided to kill myself. Obviously, that's why I'm here telling this story. But I was really depressed and I had a lot of mental health issues, and there was times where I thought about it. Like, I just wanted to die because I was going to school every day getting basically abused by my peers. And I had very few friends. The friends that I did have, people would also bully them. So I was kind of a part of like the nerdy like friend group that everybody made fun of. And I never understood, like a lot of these kids that bullied me, I never did anything to them. I never said anything to them. I was just the shy, quiet girl that was just there. And I didn't have any older siblings, unfortunately, to protect me. And I didn't bother to like protect myself. I didn't bother to defend myself because I was just scared of them and I was shy and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say, stop, or I didn't know how to make them stop. And there was a lot of incidences where I was getting physically bullied as well. A girl pushed me into the wall. I went to the principal about it. The principal said, well, it's not on the camera, so there's nothing we can do about it. What do you mean there's nothing you can do about it? You think I'm sitting here lying? You think I have nothing better to do, so I decided to come here and make up a lie that this girl pushed me into the wall? No, she pushed me into the wall, and it hurt, and I was hurt from that mentally and physically, and you're telling me that you can't do anything about it. There was another incident where a girl punched me in the arm. Not hard, but still, punched me in the arm, and thank God the gym teacher saw this one, so there was actual proof. And I went up to him crying, telling him like, this girl just punched me. He sent her right to the principal. I don't think she got in trouble. I think she probably got like a little like warning or a talking to, but I was so happy that the gym teacher saw it, because if he didn't, they probably wouldn't have even, they would have just been like, oh well. But he saw it, thank God. There was an incident on my bus where this kid came up to me and was like sticking his hands in my face and flipping me off, and I was like, what is going on? And I would just look at him because I didn't know what to say or how to like act about that. But there was a lot of incidences where I was bullied physically and mentally every single day of middle school and high school for the most part, and I did not want to be there. I would put up fights with my mom. I would throw tantrums in the morning before school. Like, I would have panic attacks, just like, Mom, I don't want to go, I can't go. It was awful. It was truly awful. Most of my high school and middle school experience was awful because of how bad I was getting bullied. So I remember one day I was sitting in math class, and this was the first time that I ever actually stuck up for myself. I was sitting in math class, and the girl next to me decided she didn't like me for whatever reason, and she said to me, "You should see a plastic surgeon for your face." And I said to her, "You should see a psychiatrist for your attitude." And that was like just funny. It wasn't the best comeback, but it also wasn't the worst, but it was just funny. And I was so proud of myself that for once I actually, stood up to someone saying something about me to my face. And I would say to her, like, I said that to her, and guess what? She never said anything to me to my face ever again. And when I said that, people in the class laughed. People were not laughing when she said I should see a plastic surgeon about my face. But you tell an insecure teenager that their face is ugly, of course they're going to believe it. A little, And I already was very insecure that I didn't look like a lot of the other girls. I wasn't skinny. I had braces. I didn't look like all the other girls. And I was always aware of that. And I had freckles, I was always very aware of that. So, for someone to say that to me and me to hear that was just awful. And it was just one of the many instances of things that I had to go through that were awful. The worst was definitely, my sophomore, beginning of junior year, when people were literally walking up to me in the hallways telling me to kill myself. And I had told my counselor, the principal, no one did anything about it. No one did anything. No one cared. And that's putting a life in the principal's hands, basically. When you send your child to school, you're putting your child's happiness, their well-being in the hands of the principal. And if the principal is allowing them to be bullied to this point, that's a problem. That's pretty bad, And I never understood, why kids came after me. I never understood how somebody could say to someone, go kill yourself. That's such an awful, awful thing to say. And I'm a pretty nice person, even when people would be mean to me, for the most part, I would still be nice to them. And yeah, there were a couple instances where somebody would bully me and I would kind of instigate them back and I would create a further issue, but I didn't know how to handle it, And I remember in middle school, there was one girl that I had a problem with. I don't even know what we were fighting about. I don't even know what it was about. It was some, middle school drama that was definitely not important. And our guidance counselor decided that we could talk it out. So they had us sit in a room together and talk it out, basically just apologize to each other. And that was so awful. She was threatening to beat me up. I had to literally be escorted out of the school to my bus or to my mom's car when she was picking me up because this girl was threatening to beat me up. And they made me sit in a room with her and talk about it, talk it out. What? Now, I feel like it can be hard to come up with a way to stop bullying because you can't have your eyes on every student all the time. A lot of things go unnoticed and unheard. But if I go to the principal saying this girl just punched me and they're telling me they can't do anything about it, that's bull. Because if that girl got detention, I'm sure she would never do it again. Or if she got suspended for a couple days for hurting someone, which I think is the proper punishment, I'm sure she wouldn't do it again because she would know. Or if she did do it again, then you get expelled. If they were serious about that, no bullying policy, you told her to go kill herself, detention. You told her to go kill herself again, suspension. You told her a third time, you're expelled. If they actually followed a system like that, there would be a lot less bullying, I would hope, or I'm pretty sure. And unfortunately, just a lot of the kids I went to school with clearly did not come from good families or good households, because they were a lot of them did not have any parenting because, my mom at least taught me growing up to be nice to people and that there are things we don't say to people and that words can hurt people and you have to be careful about what you say. And eventually I started kind of liking the attention that I was getting about my YouTube channel, because even if they were watching my channel to bully me, guess what? That's still a view. That's still me getting views. Just saying, they were kind of helping me out and they didn't even know it. And if they were subscribing to my channel to watch the, embarrassing videos I would post, so be it. They were subscribing to my channel either way, and not everyone was like bullying me. Some people genuinely did like my YouTube channel. At least I think so. I'm going to go with that. I don't really know. But a lot of people just, they bullied me. They pretended that they wanted to be my friend. People were so awful. And, I was just doing something. I had wanted to start a YouTube channel for years. Literally since I was like 8 maybe, and my mom wouldn't let me, but finally I just did it anyway. And I'm really glad that I did. I'm really glad that my mom didn't make me take it down. But yeah, finally I just did it anyway, and I was just posting harmless videos. And you know what? Yes, sometimes I look back on those videos and I'll laugh and I'll be like, no wonder kids were bullying me. Yes, they're cringy. Yes, I was, a little bit immature for my age. I definitely grew up later on than other kids. So yes, some of the videos were childish and immature and whatnot, but so be it. I had fun doing it. It was something I wanted to do. And even Alicia Marie, she deleted her old videos because, yes, they're immature and they're embarrassing, because when she started her YouTube channel, she was, a teenager as well. Laura DIY, Miss Remy Ashton, all of those big creators have old videos or have deleted their old videos because, yes, they're cringy. They're embarrassing. We didn't know what we were doing when we first started YouTube. A lot of people would just tell me, your videos are awful, you should just delete your YouTube channel. And another thing is that I'm a singer, so obviously I would sing on YouTube and I would post covers, and oh my god, people would tear into me about that, like, you're an awful singer and you shouldn't sing because you're so bad at singing and blah 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 and this and that. And I started to believe them, and I stopped singing for a long time because I believed what everyone said, and singing lost its magic, because I'm like, why would I sing, or at least why would I sing on the internet if everyone's telling me I'm a bad singer, and I was a theater kid also, which is another, way to get targeted for bullying. I never felt like I belonged in my high school theater group because I was scared of the older kids, always. I had such bad social anxiety being there. I was just always really anxious being there. I ended up having fun, but still, I never felt like I belonged because everybody was bullying me to the point where I literally just wanted to die. So thank you, everyone I went to high school with, for giving me trauma. And now I go out into the town and I see these people that some of them have said really, really awful things to me. And I smile at them. Or I just ignore them, pretend like I don't see them, pretend they're not even there. This was really funny. One night I went to the club and a girl from my school was there, and she came up to me and she was like, oh my god, Megan Rokes, do you remember me? Do you know who I am? And I was like, no. And she was so offended. She was telling her friends oh my god, she doesn't know who I am. And I just thought it was so funny. But I was so excited when I finally escaped that hellhole of a high school. Because I did not have a very good high school experience. I mean, I was being tortured literally every day on a daily basis. I would wake up early in the morning. I wasn't a morning person, so that alone was a struggle. I hated getting on the bus where there were kids who were, gonna bully me. I hated every minute of it. I really did. There were some good times and some good memories, yes. Most of my good memories were homecoming with my best friends, the theater club, but just going to school and getting bullied every day is awful, So if you are dealing with getting bullied, please tell someone. Even if they don't do anything, tell them anyway, so at least they have record of it. Tell a teacher, tell a friend, tell your parents, and if it's getting to the point where it's really bad and it's making you want to die, please know that kids are stupid. Kids don't understand that things they say to other kids could be very harmful, Another thing is too that if you're bullying someone most likely you're insecure and unhappy with your own life, and that's why you're bullying someone. A lot of the time, bullying is because of jealousy, or it's because there's lack of confidence. That person who's saying these things is self-conscious and insecure and jealous of you. That's why they're trying to bring you down. They're down, and they're trying to bring you down with them. And I am so grateful that I never listened and never deleted my YouTube channel, because even though I'm still not where I want to be with my YouTube channel, look at me now, I'm starting a freaking podcast. And if I was being bullied now, like let's say I was being bullied at college, I wouldn't give two shits what anyone was saying about me. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm so much more confident now, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, In the end, I walked away from high school being a better person because I also saw the effect of bullying. And yes, I bullied some people too, because they would bully me first. And I would bully them back because I didn't know how else to handle it. But now I know that, obviously bullying is not cool, and it doesn't make you a cool person to bully the fuck out of people. Bullying doesn't make you cool. So if your friends are bullying someone, do not participate, because it does not make you cool. Bullying is awful, so don't bully people. It's just not cool, period. But yeah, anyone who's been bullied or who's getting bullied right now, I feel for you, I really do. It's awful. It's so awful, and kids are so awful. Kids are so mean. Kids can be so mean, even I'm a drama teacher, and it's pretty frequent that I have my students tell me, it doesn't happen in my classroom because I seriously have a no tolerance policy for bullying. Not gonna happen in my school. No. But they'll tell me Miss Megan, somebody's bullying me at school, and it breaks my heart when I have to hear that, because my students, some of them are young, really young, in first, second, and third grade. I have kids telling me this, and that's awful. These are little kids being subjected to bullying and torture. Kids are so mean. I swear to God, I feel like every year they get a little meaner and they get a little worse than the year before. And if you're a teacher, you probably understand that at least a little bit. But yeah, parents, check on your kids. Start the conversation. Make sure they're not getting bullied at school. And if they ask you to be homeschooled, I know it's not easy and it might not work for your family, but take it into consideration. Protect your children more. Fight for your children more. If my daughter got punched and the principal said I'm not doing anything about it, I would be up there flipping out on that principal, saying something needs to be done, And my mom was, a lot of the time, she would go up and talk to the counselors and the principals, and she was fighting for me. But I'm just saying, parents, it's kind of your responsibility to make sure that your kids are safe and happy at school. And if they're coming home crying or in a bad mood or miserable every day, do something. Try to help them. I know it's not always easy, but at least try. Yeah, that was my rant about bullying. Like I said, those of you who are dealing with being bullied or have been in the past, my heart goes out to you. You do not deserve it. And please, I know it's so hard, but don't listen to anything that these kids are saying to you, because you are perfect just the way you are. You are beautiful, and middle school and high school drama and bullying, someday it's going to come to an end. You're going to graduate, and you're never going to look back, and it's never going to matter again. But it did affect me. It doesn't matter anymore, but it still affected me. Being bullied literally traumatized me. And sometimes, if my friends, say something that they think is funny, but I don't find it funny, it's, triggering, and I'll be like, oh my God, they're bullying me. Sometimes I can't understand the difference between, a joke and, being bullied. Kids were just awful to me. Kids asked me to the dance as a joke. They would ask me out on dates as a joke. Kids were awful to me. All of you. For real. Anybody that had something to say to me in middle school and high school, screw you. Go fuck yourself. So yeah, that is my first chat about bullying. And if you guys have any questions, or if you can relate to this, comment a blue heart emoji down below. And if you stuck around till now, comment a blue heart emoji. I love you guys so, so much, and I will talk to you guys soon. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.